All right, and welcome. We got a couple of people, familiar faces, anyways. Someone, I guess we've seen them at our year anniversary show, and I've seen both of these guys before in the past. So I don't know, you guys look a little familiar, but anyway, we got what Lebanon Valley food critics. What do you want to call them?
But connoisseurs, I don't know.
Yeah, connoisseurs.
Foodies.
Yeah,
We are foodies.
There we go. I like that.
That's a good
Yeah,
one, Mike.
you know what?
I like it.
I think that's what I posted, to be honest with you, if I remember.
Yes, you did.
So yeah.
But yeah, we're talking to the creators of Lebanon Valley Food Critics, Nicole Borrell and Mike Borrell, who are obviously related. They're husband and wife, and we are we are missing one key ingredient to their foodie, and then I'm not sure. Is she off the bed now, I'm assuming, or what's going on?
She's actually with the grandparents tonight, so we had quiet.
Oh.
A year and a half, so she's very rambunctious right now and likes to run and scream.
Look where we rank right now, Howie. Look,
I know.
We've been getting babysitters for our, these huge guests that we have on here now, and
right.
they don't want to interrupt our podcast. This is like, I feel special right now, Howie.
Yeah, we're making it big now.
This is our date night.
Oh man.
Wow.
So Mike, Nicole, if you guys want to jump in here, I just kind of like to maybe just start. Like, what gave you guys this idea? Like, how did this start rolling for you?
Well, back in July, I kind of just brainstormed and had an idea.
I said, wouldn't it be cool if since we love to go out to eat a lot, that we would just kind of become food critics and we would review everywhere we go. And I posed it to Nicole. I said, what do you think of this idea? And she said,
I love it. I was really excited because I think, like I said, with everything going on in the world right now, and restaurants are hurting, and we thought it would be fun to just kind of promote them. We didn't realize how big it would actually get so quickly, but
yeah.
it was just something that we felt like we could give back to the community.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Especially since we've been part of that community too, because my dad's been in the restaurant business for almost his whole life, off and on. So we know how tough it's been for a lot of people. So
yeah, and I was telling Troy about that earlier. I think it was last week. And your dad owns the food truck, right?
Yep, Grilled Cheese Cafe is his food truck. So
Quick
he does
plug.
all sorts of gourmet, yeah, right. All sorts of gourmet and really crazy creations on a grilled cheese. And
that's awesome.
Yeah,
and he does really well with that, from what I understand.
Yeah. They just moved down here from Williamsport, so he's still trying to get a base of places to be at.
Sure.
And he's kind of focused on being grandfather right now too. So, but.
So they moved down to this area with you guys now, huh?
Yeah. Yep.
Nice.
They moved down so that they could take care of our daughter.
Oh, that's so
awesome.
Cool. Yeah. So is that kind of where you get the food interest from your dad or your family yourselves?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, not only that, but my family has always been in the kitchen, cooking and baking since I was a baby. So it's been kind of ingrained in me.
Well, I am curious, where did they get that interest in doing a all grilled cheese?
He thought of the idea and just said, it's a lot of fun.
Okay.
Yeah. You don't want to do French fries
and chicken fingers, like everybody else is doing.
Yeah.
So you kind of want to be a little creative and something that kind of sets you apart from everywhere else.
Okay.
Right. So I also love your rating, like your bacon slices, right?
Yeah.
So I love so who
that is a total Mike idea, I guarantee it.
It is.
Yep,
So,
I could have told you that.
Yep.
So the initial idea was it was going to be the alter ego Chris P. Bacon that was going to be the food critic. So I had a whole Facebook page set up for Chris P. Bacon.
I'm gonna search for him right now.
I think I might have deleted him. I'm pretty sure on my friends list, people were getting friend suggestions for Chris P. Bacon, and we're wondering what is going on here.
That's so good.
And then it morphed into, how about as a rating scale, rather than like 1 or 2 thumbs up or stars, we go slices of bacon.
Yep, and that's good.
That definitely was a good
it
idea.
Definitely sets you apart. I love it. And you know, people can check out your Facebook page. It's Lebanon Valley Food Critics. You have an email there. It's lvfoodcritics@outlook.com. And there is also the tab to message you on Facebook too, right? They can get a hold of you that way as well.
Yep, definitely.
Okay. Some people have that closed. I just want to make sure you guys have that open. So you do. So yeah, I mean, you guys have, as you mentioned, Nicole, you guys have been growing in popularity really quickly. Do you feel a little pressure with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like we have so many places to review now because of all the suggestions our followers have given us that I feel like they're getting a little antsy with some of them because they keep asking us for certain ones, and so we try our best to visit them as much as possible.
Okay.
And when we can. But
how many places a week are you say you're hitting?
Our goal is to do 2 reviews a week.
Okay.
You know, some weeks we might have 1, some weeks we might have 3.
Right.
But we try and stay even keel. So possibly a Monday or a Tuesday a review will release, and then a Thursday or a Friday review will release.
Okay, that's awesome. And
so you just got done with the Donut Wars. I mean, that was huge for you guys, right?
I think that gained the most followers to our page through that.
I just asked a simple question out of the blue. Said, where can I find the best donut in the valley? And the next thing I know is my phone and Nicole's phone would not stop alerting us to everybody saying fresh donuts, BG's, fresh, Dutch Way, filling station. It was all over the map everywhere. And we love the comments that, the comments, the suggestions coming in, that's what gives us the ideas that, tell us where to go and where to visit. And who to rank.
So after the Donut Wars, what hospital does the best angioplasties?
WellSpan was pretty good.
Okay.
Hershey was very nice as well.
Okay, good. I'm glad to hear that.
You get a Donut Wars.
It's kind of
it's kind of true, yeah.
I've been in and out of the hospital for several different reasons the past month, so.
Oh my God.
Not because of the food.
Okay, well, I hope things get better on the mend there for you.
Oh, yeah.
But I know you guys are kind of teasing the wing war coming up now. Do you have a bunch of places already written down? Or are you still adding to that list? Or
we got a lot of suggestions, and we only posted that yesterday.
Okay.
Oh, was it? Okay.
So I'm debating on how we want to do this. I'm kind of thinking we do it in a bracket style.
Oh.
Nice.
Where
know what? Like a football poll,
Yeah, like wings of a region. And I think we might have upwards of 32 possible entrants into this. So we can kind of work our way down.
Now, how long of a process is this going to take?
Oh, this one could take a little bit.
There's a lot of places in the valley.
one can only eat so many wings in a night.
Well, Mike, if you could drag this out, you could almost make it into a March Madness bracket.
I thought about that. I thought about getting the football crew together. And, maybe when we go to watch a game one week, if it ever happens, we can all go to we got to do that there. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be game for that.
Yeah.
That'd be a fun thing to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but so what would be your thing? Like, would you like the South?
Yeah. Yeah,
South of the city would be the South bracket, then the West bracket, the East. Like,
yeah, and you know how the NCAA does it, where they'll sometimes throw Duke out west, and
yeah.
There we go.
But yeah, I was thinking more of a general region. So I'm kind of thinking like there's a north end of the county. We'll do a city, a central region, and then maybe like a east region and a west region.
Yeah, because I don't really think there is too many down south, actually, in the south part of the county.
I think there's a couple down that way. I'm trying to think where the weekend the weakest link is in the geographical direction. But I think we'll end up trying to do like 4 regions, maybe like 8 wings to each region there. We'll kind of work our way down.
I would say the North region has some good ones.
I would say so.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a strong region.
Yeah, well, when our preseason rankings come out, we'll see where everybody's seated at.
We missed out on the Hideaways free wings, though.
We did miss out on the Hideaways free ring night to benefit the Mount Gretna Fire Company.
Yeah.
Bummer.
Oh gosh. So speaking of free, have you gone to a place yet where they've offered you free food just because they want you to critique their food, or?
No, we aren't looking for the free food, but if they offer it, I might not turn it down. But.
Well, you know what? I mean, that's a good point, though. What if they do offer it? Are you still going to let them know that, hey, you know what? We are still going to give you a true, honest critique, and just so you know that this free food isn't going to influence our
bacon slices
judgment. Yeah. Although who knows? Might.
I mean, if you give us free food, we'll give you 1 extra bacon slice.
We really haven't found any place that has been worthy of a 2 or a 1 bacon review.
Okay.
Either.
That's encouraging.
We have a lot of really great places around here, so I can't say that, if they offer us free food, I'm pretty sure they probably end up with a 3 or 4 anyway.
Okay.
Right.
Just because the food would be quality. So.
And we do pride ourselves on being unbiased. We will present how our meal was served, how it tasted, and all the intangibles to that. And as you've seen in our postings, we will give just a general overview of the place. We will give what our meal selections were for that day, and then we will give our take. And then in our take section is where we can kind of go a little personal, where we can kind of go maybe suggestion-wise and where they could fit, and something to justify the rating that they received.
Okay.
We actually kind of had to do that at one restaurant. It was there was really good things about it, but there was some things that they needed to work on. So we made sure that, we expressed our opinion on it and told them where they could kind of make some improvements. So
okay. Now
hopefully they read that and made those.
That's awesome.
We might end up doing a re-review of them.
Okay.
If we hear from them again. So
that's so cool. Now
that would be awesome.
If you ever like sit down at a restaurant, do you notice like other people saying, "Oh my gosh, there's the food critics"?
No. And it may be because people just don't recognize us yet. We just blend in with the crowd. But when our little reviewer is with us, that might be the giveaway sometimes. She will go with us almost all the time out. It's very rarely that we don't have her with us. But here and there, I know people will recognize that, by name, who we are, but not necessarily by face. They'll know us.
Okay.
I would suggest taking the sticker off the side of your vehicle that says Lebanon Valley Food Critics. Like that would probably be a good start.
I still have that retro bug shield on my car that says Lebanon Valley Food
There
Critics.
you go. Oh my gosh.
So
I have I'm currently in physical therapy for knee replacements, and the one day my one PT assistant comes up to me and he goes, I didn't realize you were the food critics. So now every time that we're together, like every time I'm there and he's working, we have these long discussions about donuts and pizza and all sorts of different restaurants that we go to, wings, and it's fun.
I mean, do you guys realize, do you realize like how quickly this seems to be taken off for you guys?
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of like, it could be a little scary. I mean, we could be diving into, we were talking earlier, Mike and I had this student in our school by the name of Murray. You guys could be diving into Murray territory. You guys are going to be doing critiquing on national stages, on the Today Show, or
you're going to have your own show soon.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I'll tell you what, if Food Network comes calling, I'm pretty sure we will answer that phone call.
Oh, definitely.
Okay. There you go. There you go. Hey, you never know.
We'll be the next Guy Fieri.
Mike, I did want to give you a little piece of advice, Mike. If you guys ever do review the Grilled Cheese Cafe, I would probably give that 5 bacon slices. Just putting that out there.
Well, technically, we have reviewed the Grilled Cheese Cafe and catering. And I believe she wrote the review, and she did take notice that I might be a little biased on this one. Because we did the food truck event that's held at the Lebanon Valley Mall. They do food truck night on one Friday. Second Friday of every month.
Okay.
And
during the summer.
Yeah, and the Grilled Cheese Cafe was there that night, and it gave us a chance to hit like 4 or 5 different food trucks in one night. And so we did review. I wanted to give 1 bacon slice.
Oh my!
He wanted to give 10, so we settled on 4.
Are you guys forgetting who babysits your child?
Yes.
What's that?
I said, are you forgetting who babysits your children or your child?
Did you? What do you do? Zero? Do you do a 1 to 4, 1 to 5? Is that what it is?
Yes, 1 to 5.
1 to 5.
Have you had any 5s yet?
Yes.
Well, give us a couple.
So the filling station for breakfast was a 5 bacon rating. It's one of our favorite places to go on a Saturday morning. They know us. They love saying hi to
and it was
the
still
little one.
It was still an unbiased review.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a really good meal, and
sure.
Sometimes they're not 5 worthy of 5 bacon.
Sure.
But that day I felt like they were, so I made sure that they got that.
Okay.
But, excellent.
So what about for lunch or dinner? What's a 5 in this area?
You gave that one to someone.
We gave that to Do Goods.
Oh, we did give it to Do Goods, the new place in Myerstown. They just opened in September.
Yes, in September.
Where's that located?
It's in the old Bainey House.
Oh, okay.
No, it's across the street from the old Bainey House.
Sorry.
But it's right there at, right off the main square in Myerstown.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you.
Right, actually in the town, not on 422 there, but yes.
Yes. What'd you have there that caught your stomach, Mike?
Let's see. I had the
You had the ribs.
I had the ribs, and my father-in-law had the ribeye steak. And you had a chicken dish.
Whiskey chicken dish that had like a whiskey cream sauce and mushrooms on it. And it was like a fried chicken. And then it was my mom's birthday. So we decided to review while we were there. But she had a Mediterranean haddock, I think it was. And she really liked that too. So
it sounds like they got a lot of different types of dishes too.
Yeah. It's a smaller menu compared to some other places, but there's a lot of options. They have burgers, sandwiches, and then we all got their entrees, and they were really good.
And when we do reviews, we take note we don't compare a diner to an upper scale restaurant.
Okay.
Sure.
So a diner's rating is based upon other diners.
Gotcha.
So when we go to a restaurant like a Do Goods, we don't compare them with the corner pizza shop.
Okay.
So you can't say, well, Do Goods got a 5, the pizza shop got a 3. One's worse than the other.
Apples to oranges.
Try and rank pizza shop to pizza shop, sit down restaurant to sit down restaurant, diner to diner.
Well, you know what? Speaking of pizza shops, we see a million pizza shops in the area.
Sure.
Is there one that kind of stands out to the others?
It's hard to choose, actually. They all have good qualities about them. One of my favorites is Mama's, which I just discovered through, I've passed by it a million times, on my way to work and things like that when we used to live in Anvil. But I never got a chance to stop there. And my mom and I stopped after PT one day, and I had one of the best cheesesteaks I've had.
Oh, wow.
It was really good. And we've gone to Marco's in the city. A&M is always a popular spot for us too.
Mancino's makes a good pie.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a lot of good places.
B&A Paradise.
Oh yeah, that was
7th Street.
Best stromboli I've ever had. It was so good.
Wow.
Yeah. There's a lot of places that do something just a little different than the others with their pizza slice.
Francisco's.
Yep. Francisco's Mexican pizza was very good.
It did not,
that one almost put me in the hospital. It was close.
Wait a minute. I was just gonna say they were good, but it almost put you in the hospital. All right.
Definitely had a high spice factor on that one. But it was enjoyable.
Yes.
Okay.
And that's kind of like a little hidden gem there, right? Because that's kind of blended. It blends into all the little city buildings there. You don't even realize it's there.
Yeah, that's another one I've passed a million times.
And that's one that when we're looking at places to go and places to review, everybody knows like a filling station. Everybody will know like a Heisey's Diner or a Clinton Tavern, But the places that people don't know, we like to find one of them, at least once a month that nobody's ever heard of or very few people have ever heard of in the general population. And we'll go there and give them a plug, give them a review, and give them a chance to let themselves shine.
How do you guys decide what to pick off the menu? Is it just kind of whatever is feeling you, or do you take suggestions from people and do that, or a mixture of both maybe? Or
yeah, it's definitely a mixture of both. I like a lot of different foods, and so I'll be willing to try some new stuff if people give suggestions, but I do have my go-tos. Like I am a big cheesesteak fan. I have to have it a certain way whenever I order it, but I like to go around to the different places and try them and see which one's the best. So that's, one example. I always kind of gravitate towards the same thing, but then like, for example, I do that at A&M. I typically get a cheesesteak and onion rings or, some kind of appetizer to go with it. The night that I got A&M, I decided I was going to get a pizza, and it was one of the best pizzas I've ever had. And it was really unique. It had, it was a white pizza with a bunch of different veggies, and it was very good.
Nice. So what's a Nicole cheesesteak, by the way?
So it's a cheesesteak hoagie, which some people will argue that's not a cheesesteak, like one of my friends, but I do lettuce, tomato, and mayo, and hot peppers.
Oh,
wow.
Okay.
Not
you know what?
Pepper.
Yes, not sweet peppers.
I was just gonna say we should have asked Mike that question to see if he jumps in there at the end and even knows it's not just peppers, it's sweet peppers.
Because it's not the first time I've goofed it up. It probably
Okay. You know what? Some of our audience members aren't even going to know what a hoagie is, number one.
No.
But yeah, wow, that's definitely a unique style cheesesteak. You know what I'm thinking too is some of these places should start naming their food after you guys. Just saying,
Yep.
you know.
Well, the Bill Cheese Cafe does have a sandwich named after me. I'm Matilda, so.
My brother-in-law has fries named after him at Robert's Restaurant in Richland.
Oh,
they're called the Ted fries.
Oh wow!
I'll have to.
We've got to go there. So
I looked at Robert's Diner there in Richland, and that's one that I want to go to. It was between the Railroad Diner and Robert's that morning. I was heading over to Richland, and I settled on the Railroad Diner. But Robert's is there on my list. I want to hit that one up.
Okay.
Yeah, they used to be in town at 12th and Walnut in Lebanon, and then he moved up to Richland for some reason. I don't know the whole story behind it.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, so that was a pretty popular spot for us when we worked in town there. We would hit Roberts pretty often.
Nice.
So yeah, he had good food in town. I haven't been to him since he's been in Richland though, so I'm not sure.
Now
we'll let you know.
Thank you.
Yeah, there you go. I was saying to Troy last week, I said, you know, I have an interesting trivia question we can throw out there that maybe a lot of people wouldn't know about you specifically, Mike. And that was, can you name the difference or similarities between Mike Borrell and Sam Bowie? And what does Mike Borrell have that Sam Bowie doesn't? And I believe I saw you wearing it on your right hand.
Yes, I do have the ring there.
You have a state championship, something that escaped the fingers of Sam Bowie.
Oh yes. I think he won in the end because he had an 18-year NBA career and lots and lots more $1 million than I do.
But you're a food critic, Mike.
And I am a food critic.
So, Mike, tell us a little bit about that run that year, though. How did that just feel magical the whole way through?
You know, it was a magical year. You could just kind of sense that from the opening practice that we had, the opening team meeting, where Coach Para said, our goal is to play at Hershey Park Arena.
Wow.
And
from the first practice.
We played 3 games at Hershey Park Arena that day, and it was the old arena.
Mm-hmm.
And we played 2 district games, and we played 1 state championship game there. And just traveling through there. And for most of the season, I was just kind of riding on the backside there and just kind of watching it all unfold. But we were a family. We were a team for that one. And we were not the best players on the court for a lot of those games, but we were the best team.
You know, it's interesting that you say that because I actually coached at Anvil. I coached baseball at Anvil.
Yes.
Yeah, back in 2008, and very similar story. The team we didn't have a single stud on that team, but we ended up going all the way and winning districts, and just about winning states. If it wasn't for some left-handed 9th grader who could throw 96 miles per hour. But yeah, I mean, really, it and that's just proof right there. You know, it doesn't take a team of LeBrons. In fact, chances are a team of LeBrons, you're going to lose more than you are with, you know, a team of 10 players that just want to win more than anything.
Just 12 local farm boys.
Yep.
Up and out on the basketball court.
Who was Go ahead, Nicole.
Another fun story, just real quick, about how worlds collide. When the year that he won, that Anvil won, was also the year that Williamsport won, which was my.
Wow!
Get out of here!
I wasn't still in middle school, so I wasn't really into the sports up at the high school yet. But I always remembered that, and when he told me that he was part of the championship team in '99, I was like, you know, that's funny because that's the same year that our school went to the championship.
And one of Nicole's teachers up there in Williamsport, her husband was Allen Iverson's coach in high school.
It was the same coach. Yeah. The same coach that let us our 99 championship was Allen Iverson. So I remember when I was in school, oh, Allen Iverson this and Allen Iverson that. She just loved him.
Yeah. Well, we all know his practicing ethics, but
No, we're talking about practice.
practice? Who needs practice?
So Mike, I did want to touch one more thing. Like, who would you say was your strongest opponent that season when you guys were playing that year? Like, well, who took you to the brink of possibly losing?
We lost 3 games that year. We lost 2 games to York Catholic. One in the regular season. I think that was the 7th game of the season. And then we lost to them in the district final. And we lost to them pretty bad. And we had an injury right the day before at practice. Our starting point guard went down with an ankle injury. We lost to J.P. McCaskey in the first round of the LL playoffs. That one was just for bragging rights. You know, the league one's always bragging rights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the toughest game that we played was the second round of states. We were up in Hazleton playing Wilkes-Barre. Was it GAR Memorial out of Wilkes-Barre?
Mm-hmm.
And they were a team. They were strong. They were bigger. And it was a back and forth game until I think 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter. And one of their guys got a dirty foul, and then it just spiraled out. Then he started slamming chairs and throwing, and technicals came out, and they got ejected.
Wow.
That was it. We were able to maintain our composure all the way through to the final buzzer. And then after that, that's when we kind of like, we're going, I think this is it. I think this is where we're gonna go all the way to the end. Nothing can stop us.
That was kind of the defining moment for you guys right there, huh?
Yes.
That's awesome. That had to be such.
And I can't talk about that basketball season without talking about Mark Brandt. We were playing down in Lidditz against Reading Central Catholic, and we were down 3 with maybe 2 seconds to go.
Oh my gosh!
And we had just a simple inbounds play to shoot up a shot before the buzzer hits. Well, he shot a 3-pointer and got fouled on it with no time left. Missed the shot. So he's standing on the foul line, our state run on the line, and he's got to hit 3 free throws with no time on the clock, or we go home and our season's done. If he hits them, we just go to overtime to play some more basketball. Swish, swish, hit the rim, round it out, and in.
Oh, my gosh. Wow.
And he became the Anvil legend after that.
Oh, I bet he did.
Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah. That was a fun season to just sit back and just take it all in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that had to be such jubilation and so ecstatic at the end of that whole thing. And
absolutely.
Knowing, you put all that hard work in for all those months, and then to see it rewarded like that's got to be so cool.
Yeah, and Coach Para, after that, he went out to California. He coached Artesia High School, where James Harden went to high school.
Oh, nice.
And then he went to Arizona State. I think it was Arizona State, and coached Harden in college. And now Coach Para is the NCAA Division I head men's coach for Rice University.
Wow.
Houston. Yeah.
Isn't that impressive?
Yeah.
Wow.
And you could tell by being in a practice with him, being in a game and game prep, he was a next level coach. Like he needed to be higher up in the game.
Is he from the area?
Hershey.
Okay.
Yeah.
So one more quick thing here before we let you guys go. You kind of mentioned a little bit earlier, you guys had worked together. You guys have any stories you want to share about your little time working together?
Where do we start, Mike? Where do we start?
Oh my! So we worked together.
First of all, we worked together. We worked together in an alternative ed school. So we worked in a school where we dealt with kids who were displaced from our school, from their inner city school, and they came to us. So we got the worst of the worst. But yeah, go ahead, Mike. Where do you want to start?
Okay, so we worked for 1 year, and we could probably talk nonstop for 3 years about all our time.
Oh my gosh.
It was one of those where I came in at the last year of the school's years there.
Yeah,
and
we were on a grant funded, and our grant was running out at the end of that year. And that's when you came on board.
And the two biggest guys were in the same classroom. All the way at the end of the hall.
Yep.
Nobody wanted that class, huh?
I'll tell you what, it was a lot of fun co-teaching there with Howie. We developed a good rapport pretty quick and pretty easy. And we just seemed to jive right away with each other.
Yeah.
I remember the one, I think it was the first day of school that the homeroom left, and I was getting my second class in, and they were coming in. I think it was Efrain, it was Juan, it was Eduardo, and Murray, and they were speaking Spanish. And they come into the room, they're speaking Spanish, and they stopped mid-sentence, and they turn and they go, "Mr. B, do you know Spanish?" And I said, "Eduardo, do you think it would be better if I told you on the first day of school that I know Spanish, or on the last day of school that I know Spanish?" They spoke English in my classroom the rest of the year.
Oh, so true.
So let the cat have the bag. Do you know Spanish?
I took it in high school. I can get by. I still volunteer as a firefighter in Annville, and if we get a crash and there's somebody that's in the car that doesn't speak English, I can be the resident translator sometimes. Mm-hmm. And I remember one call where all I knew was Mal is bad and Cabeza is head. And I'm just asking everybody if they have a bad head. Like, do you got a bad head? Mal Cabeza, Mal Cabeza.
Yeah, we had some.
And one person said C.
No, I didn't ask if you could see. I asked if your head was bad.
Yeah, right. But yeah, that was an interesting school, and it was. But I'll tell you what, I will say that our class that we co-taught in was. We had their respect, and we dealt with all the seniors, and I think we had their respect because we were very consistent and we were very genuine. We would tell them what we thought, no matter what, whether it was good or bad, and I think they respected us for that. In fact, even to this day, I still get emails asking if I can be a job reference, or stuff like that, and it's kind of rewarding when you deal with clientele like that, and they still remember. And now all of a sudden, not only say, you know what, wow, man, I really hated you guys during the school season, but man, I can see why I respect you now, or something like that.
Yeah, every once in a while, Mike will run into one of his former students, and it's so cool to see, the respect that they have for him and stuff. And I would have loved to have seen you guys together. And
it would have been a lot of you would have enjoyed that view.
You get to see them as mothers, as fathers, as good employees, as people that have turned their lives around. Mm-hmm. They are on the straight and narrow, and they're succeeding. They're succeeding,
and that was the whole goal, right?
Yeah, that was the goal.
You know what? We went that first year of that school opening. We either didn't have anybody or one person graduate.
Wow.
To that last year, we had our whole class, I think, graduated, if I'm not mistaken, Mike.
Yeah.
So it was a huge improvement, and you know what, I think a lot of that had to do with us having their best interest at hand.
Yeah.
And I thought it was really a positive from from year one to where it is now. Now we do have a Murray, and I don't know if you were working this year or not. The year that Murray was in the classroom, and he was
that is I just remember you telling me the story, and I could not stop laughing.
Is that with the mom?
Yes.
Yeah. Where the mom hit it. Did I tell that story on the podcast, Troy? Where
I don't think so.
Okay.
No, I don't think so.
I'm gonna tell you, no, you didn't, because I was listening to that episode driving down the turnpike, and I'm pretty sure everybody else on the turnpike was watching me screaming in the car, going, "Tell the story of his mom in the closet."
Well, let's just say Murray wasn't a very well-behaved kid. He was kind of a squirrely kid. He always did stupid stuff to get himself in a little bit of trouble, but nothing major. But there were times where he would just backtalk and screw around, and he was just a goofball, a clown. And for whatever reason, the mom was actually very invested in Murray, and really, she got angry when he didn't do well, and she would get calls and such. And the one day she decided to come into the school, and not only did she come into the school, but she decided to hide in the classroom closet, and she wanted to see firsthand of him screwing around and messing up. Well, sure enough, Murray is screwing around and messing up in the classroom, and then I'll never forget this. She opens up the door, she comes out of the closet, and Murray turned white. You could just see like his jaw drop. And the mom goes up to Murray and starts going like flicking his nose, flicking his face with her fingers, and just like screaming at him. And I'm like standing in the background. I was like, should I stop this? Or you know what? No, I'm not stopping this. This is way too entertaining for me. It was on the verge of, should I call children and youth, or should I just watch? No, I'm watching this. So.
Oh man, that's funny.
Oh yeah,
but in all seriousness though, it's it's good to see that she was that involved and want to know what's going on when she's not there.
Yeah,
and it probably made him open his eyes a little bit up after that.
Probably not.
I remember he would always drop that little beat and do like that 2-second dance. Like he was TikTok before TikTok happened.
Yeah, he was.
And he would just do that little thing. But every time he talked to you, you just knew right underneath that goofiness, there was a very intelligent gentleman in there that he just needed to bust through. And sometimes we needed to help bust that through, but
yeah. You know how rich we could be right now, Mike, if we recorded that.
Oh yes.
his TikTok dances.
His classroom his classroom beats.
Oh man. Well no, but
I do have one more Polaris story for you.
It was Polaris School, by the way.
Yeah. I do have one more story. So I remember when it was Barack Obama was president, because it was 2009. I think it was when we were in there. They were talking about a stimulus program, and I had. Remember how you said at the beginning of class I would do the focus question? And well, I started off by telling everybody that we're going to start off with current events today. A new stimulus package was passed that everybody in America is getting $5,000. And that includes everybody that's 10 and older. And everybody was out like, all right, I'm getting $5,000. And I just hit the button on the spreadsheet there, or on the PowerPoint program, and it popped up to a kitten just laughing hysterically at him. And everybody would stop and go, Mr. B, seriously.
Yeah. There might have been a few adjectives thrown into with Mr. B.
Just a couple. Mr. B would always go out for lunch and would ask anybody in his class if they wanted anything. And they would always go, yes. So Mr. B came back with a napkin or a straw for him.
How nice of you. How nice of you, Mr. B.
Oh my gosh. And you still married him, Nicole.
I know.
Yeah, so what's interesting though, you guys only worked together 1 year.
Yeah.
And look at this. How many years later is this? Here we're sitting here and you guys are still in touch, still friends.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so you guys must have really built a nice rapport up each other with that 1 year. That's pretty impressive, really.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, we did. It was fun.
And I never held any hard feelings about trying to schedule a trip to take the class to go see the Phillies World Series trophy and getting told, no, you get to stay back. We're going to send a Pittsburgh Pirate fan out there with all the kids. I still don't hold that grudge.
Well, I could tell. You didn't. So
did that really happen?
It did.
How does that happen?
They were bringing the World Series trophy to, I think it was the Prescott Firehouse. They were in the banquet hall there. And I said, wouldn't it be an awesome idea to somehow make this a field trip? So it was going to be myself, Howie, and a couple of our kids that were the top behavior kids that week. And we were going to take the little school van and we were going to go on over there. And then at the last second, Coop came up and goes, well, we can't have both of the same guys out of the same classroom gone. So somebody's got to stay back. And Mr. B drew the short straw and had to stay back and watch the Pirate fan leave.
Well, I mean, let's face it, it's been a while since I saw a World Series trophy.
Very true. It has been a while for you guys.
Oh, Howie, how could you do that?
A lot of that had to do with the radio station being a part of it.
Yes.
So I know. I mean, I want to say I feel bad about it, but I guess I really don't.
That's okay. I got to hoist the Lombardi trophy a couple years later, so all was right with the world.
All right, that works.
Oh man!
Oh my gosh.
So, real quick. I mean, I know we went down a different track there, but we got everything in we wanted to at the beginning. But Lebanon Valley Food Critics on Facebook. Mike, Nicole, thank you for doing this. You can email them, lvfoodcritics@outlook.com. Find them on Facebook, Lebanon Valley Food Critics. And if you need to message them on there, you can do that as well. And be on the lookout for the bacon slices and however many bacon slices they want to give out to these great restaurants in our area. To be honest, I mean, there is a lot of great restaurants in our area, and I'm not just saying that. There really is.
Yeah, and I want to hear one of these restaurants name a cheesesteak after Nicole.
Yes.
So there's no reason why they shouldn't at this point. Yes.
Especially after she said Mama's had the best one yet.
Exactly. So if Mama's, if you're listening, if you don't name that cheesesteak the Nicole special, then you know what? Don't expect more than 2 bacon slices after this.
Guys, thank you so much for joining us. If there's anything you want to say, go for it. If not, we will bid you adieu.
Yes, thank you guys for having us. This has been a lot of fun. So
good.
Thanks for helping to get the word out.